Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back once again for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me once again on the podcast, his dreads are even longer than last time I had him on. You've seen him since season one of the podcast. He's been a Slim Sports lifer, a true member, not just of the Slim Sports family, but of my personal family. You see the FSW jersey in the background going back to my roots, the JUCO days. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most dominant, most aggressive point guards, and I'm speaking from experience, seeing what he does on the court. 6 foot tall point guard from Marist, Rhyjon Blackwell. What's going on, right?
Chilling, bro. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Hey, always, man. You always got a spot doing what you do best on the court, knocking down shots, driving the lane, and slashing through defenders left and right. I mean, what you have been able to do, man, proving doubters wrong, going from JUCO, making it to D1, going down to D2 to fine-tune your skills, and then coming back to D1 and just dominated like you never left. Man, I want fans and viewers that are just now getting to learn your name to learn about your career, learn about these accolades to your name that you have gotten, some of these awards, some of these championships in a segment that I like to call Resume Rundown, where I'm going to show off what you do best by doing what I do best. And as you well know, that's making some graphics. So I'm going to show off
Right,
one
right,
right
right.
here, showing off this resume. I'm going to start off at this year right off the bat. I mean, you helped Marist to the semifinals of your conference tournament while winning Sixth Man of the Year in the MAAC, one of the best six men in the entire country. No doubt in my mind about that. And you did all that after helping leading USC Aiken to the PBC championship in 2025, led them to the D2 national tournament, both of your years there, making it to the second round in 2025. And I mean, this journey that you've been on is absolutely amazing. And obviously, we always talk about basketball, but real quick, I want to talk about the author, Rhyjon Blackwell. I want to talk about your book real quick. The Art
Right.
of Becoming the Most Dangerous Point Guard. I mean, first off, congrats on, writing that book. I could never do that. I don't have the patience to do that, man. Credit to you right there. But I want to ask you, as somebody that is, the dominant basketball player that you are, having written a book about being, the most dangerous point guard, talking about all the different things that you did in the book. Talk to me real quick about how you would say writing that book helped you improve as a player, both on and off the court.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was kind of like it's like a blueprint, kind of. So it's like, if I catch myself in a slouch or like figure out, I don't know, man. I just every time I would revisit that book throughout the season, revisit the book, like throughout when I'm training or whatever, just to make sure I'm hitting on some key points that I talked about. You know, what I'm saying things that help me go forward in basketball and outside of basketball. So it's like a blueprint, like a kind of constant reminder. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But yeah, it's definitely helped me for sure.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. I mean, remind yourself of your own words. Obviously, you were the one that wrote it. So going back to your own words that you put into writing to help remind you of what you need to do, get back to doing what you do. And obviously, you did that this past season where you made that move back to the Division One ranks. You went down to the D2 ranks and what was you and I talked about it last time I had you on, probably the best conference in all of Division Two basketball in the
Yeah,
PBC. I mean, there is some serious talent, obviously
seriously,
Aiken being one of them. And you
seriously.
came back up to the D1 level after fine-tuning your skills, showing people what you could do down there, being an all-conference caliber guard down there. You come up to Marist and you don't even miss a beat. Your first game of the season, 24 points going against Xavier. You had 10 plus points in seven of your first 8 games of the season. What was the X factor for you to really get you going early on in the season?
I think I was just focused on winning. That was really my mindset. Just focus on winning, and usually that takes care of everything. I had a good team, man. I had a good coaching staff who told me that he wants me to be aggressive throughout the whole year. So having that, plus my teammates, supporting me, helping me get some shots will definitely play a role in that for sure. But yeah, man, just when you mix all that up, man, it's just you have the confidence to just go out there, plus the work that you put in, but you have the confidence to go out there and just perform.
Hey man, you have always been able to perform no matter where you've been and no matter what role you're in. And this past season, I mentioned before, you were sixth man of the year. You didn't start a single game until the final 7 games of the season, but still able to put up 20 ball after 20 ball coming off the bench. You were in there for, 30, 35 minutes, sometimes, 40, whatever the team needed you. Well, I guess 39 since you were coming off the bench, but
Yeah, right.
I mean, talk to me real quick about maximizing this opportunity. Obviously, everybody wants to be a starter. Everyone wants the flashy numbers of, oh, I started X many games for my team. But you and I both know, we both know from our experience at FSW, some of the best players in FSW history came off the bench. Cario Oquendo, obviously, somebody that you
Right.
played with,
Yeah.
Kyan
Yeah.
Cleary, guys that went off. You yourself, you were kind of a little bit in the six-man role during your time at FSW back then, so you have some of that experience. How would you say you maximize this opportunity, and what is the impact that a great six-man can provide for a team?
Right. I mean, my coach, these are conversations that I have with my head coach, Coach Dunn, who's a very transparent, very honest dude. You know what I'm saying? He means what he says. He's not going to hide behind what he says. He's going to tell you how it is. And he told me, like, we just had conversations like, yo, man, like, I feel like if you coming off the bench will help us win. And my mindset is just do whatever it takes to win. So, like, yeah, like, you always have the dreams, aspirations. You got the outside noise, people coming in, but it's like, when you just put your focus on winning, then that literally takes care of everything. So like I was like, yo, coach, like I'm with it. Like, let's do it. Like whatever it takes to win, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, play some big minutes, a lot of games. But it's just that was just really the mindset, and just to provide a spark for the team coming off the bench. We had some really good. My team was really good, man. We had some really good players, man. So it was like it could have been anybody's night for real the season. But just doing the best that I can with the time that I'm given was also another key thing that I focused on. Not being focused on when I get in or if I get in, but it's like, all right, if I get in the game, then whatever time I'm given, just maximize that, bro. And then I think that helped me out a lot throughout the year.
I mean, if a team has a great six man like yourself, I mean, you take a look at a guy like Devin Booker, who's in the NBA with the Suns back when he was with Kentucky. He was their six man, and obviously they had an incredible season back when he was in college. So having somebody like yourself, obviously, is why you guys were able to do what you did this past season. And you yourself, whenever you're on the court, man, you always have some incredible shots, incredible highlights that I get to show off whenever I get you on the podcast. And once again, we're going to show some of them off in a segment that I like to call Make That Play, where I went through Synergy, I looked at your plays, and I put together what I feel like were your top three plays from this past season. But obviously, you and I both know I'm just a stats guy. I'm just a fan in the stands. You're the one on the court doing what you do best. So, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
Oh man, you hit me with this again. Best play from this. Oh, uh, shoot, man, we was at Canisius and they threw a sideline lob for me to tie the game up to go to overtime. Yeah, I'll say that's probably my best. And then we won the game in overtime. Actually, I caught a cramp on one of the game like daggering threes. It was crazy. But yeah, probably that lob, the sideline lob to put it to overtime.
Hey,
For
you and
sure.
I both agree on that. I was gonna be shocked if that wasn't number one on your list. I love it when people throw lobs, but you with that athleticism, I know you didn't get to show off some dunks this year, but you and
Yeah,
I both
yeah,
know you
yeah.
could pop out a windmill every now and then. I've seen it in person with that bounce you got. But
Yeah,
man, I mean, yeah, that's at number one. We'll touch on that a little bit here in a sec, but I gotta start off at number three. In the semifinals of the conference tournament going against Merrimack, where man, absolute heat check for you. You were
yeah,
knocking down some shots left and right, and you actually made this over not just two defenders, but plus your teammate's screen. Your teammate set a screen for you. You had your defender coming up, his defender coming up, and you popped up, knocked down the long range shot over three different guys for an absolute heat check against Merrimack there. And then number two, going against Quinnipiac, you had a steal and score where you cash it in from three, had a nice little steal there, showing off that defensive capability that you have, that you always had throughout your career, that really helped out this Marist team this year. And you came up, popped up from three, cash it in, nothing but net there. So that's a number two. And number one, yeah, you got to talk about the alley-oop layup to tie up the
yeah.
game, go into overtime. I mean, absolutely incredible play that your guys' coaching staff drew up, that you guys were able to execute. And you yourself, I mean, man, great job showing that burst of speed, getting up there, catching the ball
Yeah,
right there. Perfect pass by your teammate. Got to shout him
yeah.
out. And you ended up laying that up perfectly to end up forcing OT. And like I said, you guys went on, won that game there. So incredible plays left and right. That's just three of a whole lot of them this past season for you. And you've had a lot throughout your career, whether it was at FSW, your short time at McNeese before you ended up redshirting due to injury, and then obviously USC Aiken, you had a whole lot as well. So
Right.
you have a lot of experience under your belt. This was your sixth year of college. You and I we're both old men now, it feels like. We've known each
Mhm.
other for a long time, but you
Right.
have a lot of experience under your belt going against a lot of very tough competition, a lot of talented players. Talk to me real quick about that experience factor for you and how you would say you were able to utilize it on the court to help not only yourself but also the team.
Yeah, I mean, I was well, say like, my team was fairly young this year. We had a lot of young cats on the team. So I was able to, because of my experience, help give them some pointers about like, just sticking to the script, taking it one day at a time, not getting too overwhelmed by looking too far in the future. If you have a bad day, bad practice, not being stuck in that moment, like learning to adapt quickly and move on and stay in the present moment. So I feel like that's where my leadership, my experience helped that the most. And then plus, we had some unfortunate injuries this year where a couple guys went down. So like, just being there for them during those moments, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I've been through it myself to where it's dark days when you're by yourself and you know what I'm saying, you got no one to talk to. So it's like I've been there. So just being there for my teammates, I feel like, that's my experience helped out a lot.
Hey, there you go. Always able to help out your team doing whatever you need to do off the court and obviously on the court. And on the court this season, you averaged 12 points per game, nearly four rebounds, shot over 35% from beyond the arc. Start off the season with 24 points and four boards against Xavier. Going against Ryder later on in the season, you knocked down five threes to go with 23 points. And then Manhattan, you had 22 points and five assists going against them as well. And I mean, those are your individual numbers. This team overall, I mean, the numbers you guys put up, you guys ranked first in the conference in point differential. So when you guys were beating teams, you were beating them pretty well. And if in some of the rare cases when things didn't go your guys' way, it was just usually like a point or two. You guys had very close, very tough games throughout the season, and also ranked second in field goal percentage and first in points allowed per game. I mentioned your defensive
Yeah.
capabilities before. This team overall defense just really seemed to shine. And I mean, when you're able to have that kind of effectiveness in with the field goal percentage and offensively, as well as being able to hold teams down to low scoring margins, I mean, obviously that helps a team become more complete. So, talk to me real quick about the efficiency that this team seemed to have overall to be one of the top teams in the conference.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had to rely a lot of our strengths because there were definitely some areas where we were weak at, like rebounding for sure because one of them because we were undersized. So we had to rely on our defense and we had to rely on being efficient from the field because there were some factors that will, tip the boat the other way. So coaches really preached defense a lot, man. He harped on us a lot for about playing good defense. We took pride in that. And we had some great scorers on the team as well. I was able to get things done, knock down some shots, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it was a really solid team.
I mean, I believe multiple all conference selections this past season for you guys' team. Obviously, you yourself being sixth man of the year in the conference definitely helped. And it's why you guys were able to go 19 and 12 overall on the season, 12 and 8 in the MAAC. Had some big time wins. Manhattan, I mentioned the game that you had there, 84 to 70 win there. Ryder, you beat them 81 to 52. And then Quinnipiac in the quarterfinals. You guys were able to edge them out, go on to the next round, 77 to 75 win in the quarterfinals. And I mean, win streak after win streak throughout the season. I mean, you guys had one point of the season where you had 8 wins in a 10 game stretch. And then
Yeah.
I mean, just always found ways to bounce back to where if you guys did have one loss, you put 3 wins together right afterwards. It seemed like you guys were always able to have that mentality to fight back and get back into the wins column. Talk to me real quick about that mentality. When you guys would hit a little bump in the road, how was it that you guys were able to respond in order to have this success?
Not just staying in that moment. Like, I mean, not just getting to the next moment, not staying down too much, you know what I'm saying? So just our coach like next moment, man, it's a new day, it's a new opportunity. So what are you gonna do about it? You gonna stay stuck or you gonna move forward? So that's pretty much the mentalities whenever, we had a slump or like a loss, just happens, it's normal.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned before you guys had some injuries, and
Yeah.
obviously injuries pile up here and there, and you go over the course of the season. And I know towards the end of the season, in the regular season, you guys had a little bit of a rough stretch there, and ended up going 2-4 in the final 6 games of the regular season, but were able to once again bounce back in the quarterfinals, beating a very tough Quinnipiac team. And obviously moving on to the semifinals where you guys played the number 1 seed in Merrimack, and that was just a 1 point game. Unfortunately, didn't go in your guys' favor, but you guys still were able to compete with the top seed in the conference tournament, showing that you guys belonged in that conversation as one of the best teams in the conference. Talk me real quick about the postseason mentality as someone who has experience of being in the national tournament at the D2 level, being on some of these powerhouse teams from JUCO to obviously now dominating your guys' conference this year. How were you guys able to go off, get that quarterfinal win, and be able to go toe to toe against the number 1 seed?
I mean, yeah, it was fun, man. Unfortunately, we didn't get the job done. But I think we outshot them. I think we out rebounded them. I think where we fell short was the turnovers. I think that's what made them, what I'm saying, take the crown, what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. I mean, it hurts, what I'm saying? But, like you gotta move forward, man. You gotta find ways to move forward, what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, it was fun, man. It was definitely fun.
Mhm. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, I know obviously, the Merrimack one didn't go your guys' way, but the Quinnipiac one, I gotta hype you guys up on being able to pull that one out. I remember, I believe I was watching that either live on ESPN Plus or I was watching it on Synergy the day after. And I mean, the fighting mentality that you guys had, obviously you've had that your entire career to where you've always been able to find ways to execute, find ways to help out your team. So credit to you for once again being able to help a team to an incredible season. And you've obviously been able to play alongside a whole lot of phenomenal talent throughout your entire career. From the FSW days, I've gotten a lot of those guys on the podcast already. And I know ball, you have that IQ. So I want to hear some of these guys from Marist or maybe even some other guys that I don't know entirely that might be at some other places who I should get on the podcast next to talk about their careers, their stories in this segment that I like to call Who's Up Next. So, who would you say is the next dominant player, the next, how do you put it, the most dangerous point guard possibly that could be on the podcast?
It could be anybody, right?
Anybody.
Um, I'll say we go JCR, Jaden Collins Roberts from Marist, point guard. Facts.
All right, there you go.
PG right there.
I like that, man. I like that. That obviously you guys had a whole lot of talent this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're from Marist, definitely want to get them on. And obviously, like I mentioned before, you have the IQ, talent, ball. You played alongside some of the best. Obviously, Terry Roberts, who's a very good friend of yours. You go toe to toe with him anytime you guys get a chance to go one-on-one now. He's off in the G League. Congrats to him. Beyond proud of him. Shout out to T Rob there. So that's a great name that you had there for who's up next. Now got to talk about what's next for yourself. How are you really attacking this offseason to continue to grow yourself as a player, to continue to grow your career? And what is the next step for you in your basketball career?
But yeah, I mean just staying in shape, working out every day, taking care of my body, lifting, putting on some weight, working out with my brother, my trainer. And just seeing where the car show. I'm talking to some agents. But I mean, you never know with this NCAA. I heard they're trying to give people 5 years or whatever the case may be. So, I'm open to I'm open to that as well, if, it comes through. But if not, then I'll go play pro.
Hey, there you go. Never know what the next step might be till it actually happens. And no doubt in my mind, whether you're in the pros or you got another year of college, you're going to be balling left and right, doing what you do best, helping teams get even more wins, more championships, and get more accolades to your name. I mean,
Yeah.
man, it's absolutely incredible. I remember meeting you for the first time your freshman year at FSW back when your dreads were anywhere near as long as they are now. So obviously quite a journey, man. Doing stats for you back then, watching you, get quite heated on the court trying to be a leader back even when you were a freshman. So I can't even imagine now when you actually have all of this experience under you, man. So, not just coming from the Slim Sports family, but coming from me personally, man, beyond proud of you and happy for you.
Thank you, bro.
And can't wait to see what is next. And you already know that no matter what's next, this time next year, you once again will always have a spot on the Slim Sports podcast to talk about your career, talk about your story, man. So thank you as always for hopping on the Slim Sports podcast.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you having me.